Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, Taurians, let's get into this. There we go. So, we're going to take a look at what Taurus doesn't see coming. And this is kind of a tip of the hat to the fact that we have got this full moon coming up tomorrow. So, full moon is also, this particular one is also known as the strawberry moon. So, it could be a time of great harvest. And of course, the full moons are great about bringing things up from the subconscious to the surface to be dealt with. But moons can also be the things that are hidden coming to light. So, we actually start with the Chariot. We have the Queen of Cups. We have a Five of Cups. There's a huge surge forward in Taurus's life. To me, this says Taurus may suddenly feel much better about something that hurt them for quite a while. They could be really feeling lighter and brighter, feeling like love re-enter their heart, feeling kind of like, I'll say, even a sense of hope and contentment and restoration of happiness and direction and purpose. Feels like their heart is opening back up again, possibly after having been, kind of damaged for a while. I feel like Taurus is going to either be, able to feel more connected to others or feel like really just like there's a bond forming in Taurus's life again. And it could be a bond with themselves, the me, myself, and I, my head is connected to my heart again, and I feel lighter and brighter again. This could also be Taurus is taking a trip at some point in time during this full moon that could be just like to go someplace calm and peaceful and beautiful. This could be someplace Taurus really wants to see. They could be taking a ferry. They could be whatever, renting a hotel room that has a beautiful balcony and or maybe taking themselves out for a dinner or a breakfast or a brunch or something at a place that has like a particular, it could be by the water, but a particularly lovely like balcony or patio seating. However, keep in mind the full moon impacts everyone. We do have someone here that has a deep disappointment at about this time. We have such a different energy, right? Everything is moving forward in life. And we have one character whose emotional satisfaction is definitely moving forward. And then we have somebody else who is in this real, like, I'm missing you kind of energy. Now, this could be that someone has just started to miss Taurus. Doesn't have to be that this is somebody who hurt Taurus's feelings or anything like that. This could just be somebody heavily thinking about Taurus right around this full moon, wishing that they could have. We got 2 golden chalices and a big old bottle of champagne, and they too are near this watery, like mountain, beautiful vista. This could be somebody that either they're missing Taurus, or Taurus could meet someone maybe who's taken themselves out to brunch or lunch or dinner or having a drink as well, because they could be lonely. They could have had a breakup recently. Taurus might be on like the best kind of collision course to meet someone who is, like perhaps, Taurus is in a great energy and their life is moving forward, but someone else's life is moving forward as well. But right now they could be in quite a bit of sorrow. Ooh, 8 of Swords. No, this is somebody stuck on Taurus. Okay. Sorry, but that 8 of Swords says very stuck in their heads. Knight of Swords. Is this somebody who left Taurus's life abruptly and they're very ashamed of their choice? Okay. I was thinking maybe this is a brand new person in Taurus's life who's bummed about something else entirely, but no, they might actually, is Taurus taking themselves out for a dinner or a lunch at the same place that they used to visit with a romantic partner? And they're like, I don't care. I don't live in the memories of, oh, I wish that they were with me. I love that restaurant. I'm going there. They've got the best. I don't know why I keep thinking somebody's going to have an appetizer and a single like delicious beverage, whatever it is. Sorry, I'm hearing the dude. There's a beverage here, man. I'm a big Lebowski fan. So this just feels very, very much like Taurus's world is, what they don't see coming is like they're going to feel really good. We got the Temperance card for Taurus. I think Taurus maybe wouldn't have believed that they could have such a sudden, resurgence of happiness and peace. Maybe they haven't visited this restaurant or bar or this place in a long time, and going back there is like remarkably happy. Every time I look at this card and just glance at it, I see someone who's in a cap and gown for like graduation, even though that's not what we see. We actually have a woman carrying her water jug through this beautiful, like mural painted street. But I'm just thinking that Taurus might have a surprise that they feel kind of like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Taurus could be a little bit shocked that they wake up feeling amazing. This definitely feels like first thing in the morning, and maybe they decide to take themselves out for breakfast or something. Like I said, go treat themselves. But it could be, I can't believe the last time I was here was with that person, and I'm not with them, but I'm not sad. I'm not thinking about it. In fact, God, I feel fine. I feel like something's back on track for me. Okay, at the same moment in time, we obviously have somebody else who's very stuck. They're wishing that they could be with Taurus. Maybe they're thinking about the same restaurant, bar. I don't know. Did they have, this feels like a proposal kind of scenario to me. Maybe this is somebody who's remembering once upon a time. I think it's George Harrison who sings When We Was Fab. But I'm wondering if they remember very much about Taurus. I don't know if they, got down on one knee and, oh, wow. Okay, so Two of Cups. I don't know what went wrong between themselves and Taurus, but I don't know if this person has ever missed Taurus as much as they do right now. If they made some swift, weird decision, impulsive decision to break it off with Taurus, let me tell you, they love Taurus and feel more bonded to Taurus. Now, maybe they're looking at things with rose-colored glasses saying, oh my God, Taurus was meant for me. They were made for me. They were the perfect person for me. They're really going through it during this full moon. So the thing that, Taurus didn't expect to feel so damn good, but I don't think Taurus would know that this other person could be feeling so poorly right now. They're feeling awful. Nine of Pentacles, they're also stressing in a big way because they know Taurus is out there single, unprotected, available to date anybody. And they think Taurus is a freaking catch with great legs. I don't know if Taurus is recently, maybe they're an avid reader, or maybe they've recently learned something. Because once again, I see what almost looks like a graduation gown. It keeps feeling like maybe this is just Taurus graduating from hurt and pain. Maybe this is Taurus graduating and feeling empowered. Maybe they literally have just, completed some competencies test or new skills that they picked up. Maybe they're in, taking night classes, and they're just like, Taurus is amazing, and Taurus is single now, and Taurus was my person, but God, all they want is to reconnect with Taurus. Look, I think this has been a makeup and breakup connection for a long time, because we've got this person coming out of the coffin again and again and again, dancing around this tree of life. I'm thinking that they had a complicated relationship with Taurus, somebody who has broken up with Taurus, gotten back together with Taurus again and again, and they're like, I don't want that cycle to stop. I really want to be with Taurus. I don't know why I impulsively just called it quits, but I kind of think with that Judgment card that they've done it before. Hang on, what was the impulsive action? Two of Pentacles, they were like, I don't really know what I want to do, if I want to be in this. So for whatever reason, this person just seems to have gotten, I don't know. They're so obsessed with Taurus every time they're not around Taurus, but then when they have the opportunity to be with Taurus, it's like, are they really challenged? Because they think highly of Taurus. They also think of Taurus as their other half. But if Taurus tends to outshine them or outpace them by their mentality, they could have gotten highly competitive toward Taurus, and that would not bode well for this relationship. Obviously, right? They would not be somebody that's being really loving. Yeah, see, Six of Cups in the reverse. I feel like they wanted to get away from Taurus, if that makes sense, because they felt so challenged by Taurus. Now they're like, no, you're my Two of Cups. But before it was like, oh, soulmate, I don't want to do this. I don't want to keep rehashing this. We keep coming back together, but it doesn't get better because they couldn't deal with what did they want. And then as soon as they're not with Taurus, it's like, I want you. Okay, this person seems fairly unnecessarily complicated, is what I would refer to this as. We have the Four of Swords. I do think that maybe for right now, during this full moon, the fact that they are feeling such loss from Taurus right now, maybe this is good. Maybe they need to go and just be silent and just figure themselves out and rest and heal whatever they need to heal. It does not look like Taurus is privy to anything that's going on. This is no communication. So between Taurus and this person, there's nothing nothing for Taurus to know or say. It's just the acknowledgement that during this full moon, somebody else, as Taurus feels better and better, more and more empowered, it is the exact opposite situation during this full moon for this other individual. They could be a water sign, does not have to be. Could be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, but does not have to be. On Taurus's side, I definitely feel like Taurus is taking themselves out on a little date, and they are going to turn heads. Taurus is getting all dressed up, whether Taurus is the dude or the gal, doesn't matter. They all look fabulous, right? Black suit and, tie, and she's in some plunging form-fitted dress. Whatever this is, Taurus is going to look their best. They're going to dress like a queen, king, whatever, and they're going to take themselves out and about. So I have to say, the one thing that is so spot on is that this person who is all stressed out over Taurus, they do know Taurus is out there, and anybody could come and ask Taurus out. They are spot on about that. In fact, Taurus is ready to be asked out, or Taurus is ready to mingle. Taurus is ready to take themselves on a date. And if they meet somebody new, I think Taurus is down. We do have a 9 of Wands. This is Taurus testing the waters of dressing great, thinking of themselves as single, going out and saying, am I totally healed? Can I do this whole dating thing? Can I interact with others? Am I ready to, try this out? And I kind of think, yes. We have 10 of Swords. I think, honestly, during this full moon, Taurus might be ending the final, little threads of, I was still kind of healing just a little bit. I feel remarkably better, but this is my first time taking myself out on a test drive, going out to dinner, starting to talk to people again, thinking of myself as single, noticing that people are interested in me. Taurus may get more than a few people wanting their number or wanting to ask them out. As Taurus is looking amazing. But it's so funny because I think by the time Taurus heads home, which still looks like they're going home alone, possibly in London or someplace that has like a tall, like a lot of towns have like a spire that has, the town clock in the middle of town. So it doesn't have to be London, but that does look like Big Ben to me. But I feel like Taurus is possibly, by the time they go home, they're going to realize that they really are all wrapped up. They're fine. They're healed. They're good. This is a very momentous, emotional shift for Taurus during this full moon. And I don't know if Taurus has this huge sense of gratitude for the moon, because it's oh my gosh, full moons are great times to release things, right? It's great to consciously say during this full moon, let me allow to come to the surface whatever it is that I need to release. In this case, Taurus needed to release themselves back out into the world, into the dating world. They needed to release any hurt and pain that they still felt. And to do that, they needed to go and reemerge around other people, talk to other people, remember what it's like to be a single, vivacious, attractive individual, because they definitely are. Taurus is a catch. And having those good vibes shared back and forth between Taurus and other people, it's going to be really just very reassuring. And then to have that 10 of Swords, this is such a great wrap up during this full moon. And I think that night, Taurus is going to sit down and maybe, I don't know, they might light a few candles. They may, go ahead and connect to the moon a little bit more and say, all right, I'm healed. Now, universe, what else is in my subconscious? What else is the moon bringing to the forefront of my mind? I'm ready for partnership now. I did a great test run. I realize I'm ready for partnership. With that Lover's card here, oh, this is so amazing. Taurus is ready to call in a partner. 9 of Cups. And Taurus is and I'm completely content. I know it'll happen. I don't know when, maybe not until around either, I'm just going to go ahead and say November, because that's what wanted to come off my lips. I think Taurus is going to have an awesome, hot girl, hot guy summer. And then by the fall or by even winter, they will be in a romance. I think Taurus just had a shift in their timeline. They just had during this full moon, what they don't see coming is that they'll feel this good and they'll be this ready to call in a romantic partner. But again, they actually want to go ahead and enjoy their life just as it is. But there's no question this Taurus is going to have a wonderful, possibly a Gemini, but a wonderful partner somewhere not too far down the road. That is so exciting. So Taurus didn't expect that they could feel this good again. Taurus didn't expect that they could be this healed. Taurus did not expect that something so heavy could lift off their shoulders, off their heart, and that they would be kind of like restored to who they used to be and be looking forward to a future that they know is on the horizon for them. They can't see who it is yet. They only know that it's coming. That's like, oh, there's just so much to look forward to in this. All right, Taurus, I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye, guys.